After working in Hannibal for the parsimonious Ament, and then my impractical brother Orion in their respective newspaper offices, without making any money at either place, but learning the printing trade, I felt the urge to go forth and see the world, as well as earn a few dollars of my own. I promised my mother that I would not throw a card or drink a drop of liquor while I was gone. I kept that promise for a while. I also told her that I was only going to St. Louis, 130 miles downriver, but my plan all along was to go further than that. And I did. After working for a couple of months in St. Louis, I ventured east, first to New York and then to Philadelphia. In those two great cities, I toiled at my trade by day, saw the sights in my off hours, and also spent a lot of my free time reading. Additionally, I made a flying visit to Washington to see the storied locale and gaze upon the curiosities there for myself. In fact, while in that dismal swamp, I witnessed Stephen Douglas, Lincoln's opponent in the 1860 presidential election, and William Seward of the Alaska Follies debate whether or not to repeal the Missouri Compromise. By the time I was ready to return home to my family, the location of home had changed. Hannibal was no longer the abiding place of the Clemens tribe. While I was away in the east, my mother, Orion, and Henry had relocated to Muscatine, Iowa, where Orion put Henry to work on a newspaper he had bought into. I worked with them for a time there, too. But I remember Muscatine best for a lunatic who caught me out in the fields one Sunday and extracted a butcher knife from his boot, proposing to carve me up with it, unless I acknowledged him to be the only son of the devil. I tried to compromise on an acknowledgment that he was the only member of the family I had met. But that did not satisfy him. He wouldn't have any half measures. I must say he was the sole and only son of the devil. He whetted his knife on his boot. It did not seem worthwhile to make trouble about a little thing like that, so I swung around to his view of the matter. I could have remained and continued the debate, but I had an engagement elsewhere. Shortly afterward, this self-styled scion of Satan went to visit his father, and as he has not turned up since, I trust he is there yet.